I was really pleasantly surprised
Hmm.
because I went to see it, having seen the Johnny Depp version, having seen the Tim Burton sort of grotesque
Hmm.
that sort of came out a few years ago on the hot on the heels of like Alice in Wonderland type thing,
Yes.
and so I was in my head I was expecting that sort of grotesquerie, and so when I watched it and it was just like actually this has got that open-hearted warmth that you really associate with Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, this sort of the Gene Hackman film. And I feel when the
Gene
use of
Wilder.
the refrain, the Gene Wilder one,
Yeah.
sorry, Gene Wilder, and the use of the same refrain, come with me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that you can hear that refrain in the music. It just felt like it was the same universe as that film, and the sort of humor in it wasn't cruel, even though he doesn't have an eye, doesn't he, old Roald Dahl, and obviously this is like inspired by um,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
he has an eye for sort of the grotesque and for the cruel. But I think the fact that it was more joyous than I was expecting it to be. And so we went along, and I went along with a couple of friends, and yeah, we all actually really liked it. We thought it was funny. It was the grotesque characters were like Olivia Colman's and her henchmen.
Yeah. Tom Davis.
They
Yeah.
were sort of like, yeah, they were grotesque, but not in a icky sort of way, if that makes
It's one of
sense.
those things that, like, when Olivia Colman and Tom Davis show up, that could go down a very Oliver Twist route when they show
Yeah,
up, and it kind of like gives that hint of menace and that hint of darkness, but then
yeah,
it sort of like finds a way out of it, so to say.
yes, yeah, yeah. And then the cast of characters you meet who are in the sort of the laundry and their sort of crazy escapades. I thought they had a warmth to it that I actually really liked.
Yeah,
And the craziness, you think, well, this is the world of Willy Wonka, so he could have a traveling sort of sweet shop in his suitcase that opens out like Mary Poppins' handbag. So I thought it was fun, it was funny, had a warmth about it that I wasn't expecting. And yeah, I just thought we all enjoyed it, and we all thought it was like a really nice film to watch before Christmas. That we just came away thinking, um, feeling that the music was, even though I'm not very good at remembering, having listened to stuff once, I'm not very
yeah,
good at remembering the tunes, but we just thought it, the music was nice. They all sang well. Yeah, we just really enjoyed it.
yeah. Yep, cool. Yeah, pretty much what I said. It's I just can remember coming out of the film thinking, this is so much better, so much more heartwarming, so much more life affirming than it has any right to be.
Yeah,
Be- because when they say we're going to make a prequel about the young life of Willy Wonka, it just sounds like a cash grab. And the fact that they actually took the time to make a good film is kind of mind blowing.
yeah, and I like the fact obviously there's the odd cameo in there that you go, oh, it's so and so, and obviously there's the ghost connection and the horrible histories connection with
Yes.
Simon Farnaby and Matthew Bainton,
Yeah.
and there's a couple of the other horrible histories you sort of see pop up every now and then. You go, oh, aren't you a horrible histories person in the background? And yeah, no, and some of the sweeties reminded you a little bit of the sort of the later Wonka sort of stuff.
Yeah.
No, I thought, yeah, we were just really charmed by it, and yeah, and there's some of the silliness, like in the cathedral, there's a telephone in the pulpit and things like that. Hello, pulpit. It's ridiculous, but it's funny, isn't it? And
I, I,
when he has that sweeter that makes him funny, and he says, "I'm going to call. I want it got away. What could possibly go wrong?" That sort of humour, it just appeals, doesn't it?
don't-
And yeah, I like Simon Farnaby. It's like in Paddington, he has like the best cameos, doesn't he? All
Yeah,
right.
well, yeah,
And
because
so,
this is directed by the same guy who directed the Paddington movies, Paul King, and it's
yeah,
also written by Simon Farnaby and Paul King. And so Simon Farnaby is arguable that he plays the same character in the
in
Paddington
all of,
movies as he does in this
yeah,
film.
with his mug running.
Yeah,
Oh,
that just keeps and like
yeah,
having these sort of like security guard jobs. When he has a chocolate called the Big Night Out chocolate, and his performance in it is it cracked me up. But yeah, Wonka, very good. So how many stars would you give Wonka?
and Hugh Grant is like in
Oh,
Paddington too. Just
oh,
complete steam sealer, isn't he? He's
it,
just irresistible
he
as an
really,
Oompa
really,
Loompa.
he really, really does. I mean, he is brilliant. Hugh Grant is an Oompa Loompa. Who knew that's what he was born to play?
It's just, yeah, he was just irresistible. So I thought it was, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great little film. I'd definitely give it a four.
Yeah,
And yeah, I would probably put up this one the better films I saw last year. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely up there.
yeah. I think especially because of from my point of view, the absolute lack of expectation on
Yeah,
and the way you're like, oh my word, this is really really good.
this is actually good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
And then
actually
you're not expecting it, thinking this is actually good.
yeah yeah
Why are we surprised? But I think we see so much stuff that's hyped as being amazing, and then it's a bit mediocre. But something that's I didn't really see a lot of hype about it beforehand, other than Hugh Grant, and then you suddenly go, well, actually, this is really good. And all my friends, yeah, they all liked it as well. So we all had
yeah.
a really good evening watching it.
Oh, and